Yeah, now record started. So this one is clear. So we have to solve these questions from inside the bracket. First, sine inverse of 1 by 2. Sine inverse of 1 by 2 I replaced with 30 degrees here. Then 2 into 30 is 60. Then you have cos 60 degrees. Cos 60 degrees value is again 1 by 2. Then 2 and 2 will get cancelled. Finally, tan inverse of 1 is going to be 5 by 4. So whenever you get the questions here, you have to solve from inside the bracket, you have to come out. You cannot solve from initially tan inverse. You have to start from sine inverse. Then you have to decrease the term one by one. Then you have to reach last tan inverse. Is this question is clear for everyone? Yeah, I think you're giving the answers also. Good. So next question is tan inverse A plus cot inverse A. How do I solve this question? So one is outside, outermost value is cot. So if I want to simplify this entire thing is going to be in terms of cot inverse. Oh, I think your watch is 5 minutes late. Okay, so because if I have the outside is cot term, each and every term inside the bracket, I have to convert into cot inverse. So how do I convert every term into cot inverse? We already discussed the formulas. Tan inverse A equals to, which should be cot inverse 1 by A. Remember the formulas? I think if you want, where are these formulas? Not here, not here, not here. Yeah, here we have the formulas. Tan inverse 1 by x equals to cot inverse x, or maybe I said cot inverse 1 by x will be equals to tan inverse x. So this is the formula I'm going to use here to solve it. So let me take the question number 12 as, where is this question number 12? Yeah, cot of tan inverse A plus cot inverse A. Let's see how do you solve it. See, one way is you have to remember the formulas of tan inverse and cot inverse. Otherwise, you remember the formula of only tan inverse. Then you can solve it is cot of, let me type the question here. Here, cot of tan inverse A plus, this will be cot inverse A. This is our question. So as I said, you have to convert each and every term inside the bracket as cot, because our cot inverse. Here I have the cot term. What I do is, I don't know what is the cot inverse, cot inverse x plus cot inverse y formula, we are not remember. If you remember, then you can use that formula. Anyone remember what is cot inverse A plus cot inverse B formula? I think we are not remember that formula. So these confusions will come. What I do is, instead of using cot, just see how we are going to change this one. I'll keep this cot as it is. Let me insert the bracket and keep this tan inverse A as it is, plus this cot inverse A. You can write cot inverse A as, according to the identity, tan inverse 1 upon A. Okay, so that's how I converted. Cot inverse A can be written as tan inverse 1 by A. Sir, you said it is cot and you convert each and everything into cot inverse, but we are converting into tan inverse. We'll do that in the last step. Now next step is going to be, let's see how it will change, which is equals to, let me put the equation. So it is going to be cot. So now you know the formula of tan inverse A plus tan inverse B. Any idea about the formula of tan inverse A plus tan inverse B? If x into y is less than 1, this is formula. x into y is greater than 1. This is the formula. So equality, I think I can use any of the formula. So tan inverse A plus tan inverse B. The formula is going to be tan inverse. Before this, I have insert one more bracket. So what is the formula? Tan inverse x plus tan inverse y. Formula is going to be tan inverse x plus y upon 1 minus xy. So x plus y means here I'll get A plus here y is going to be 1 upon A. So it is going to be 1 upon A. Here 1 minus A into this is going to be 1 upon A. I think this formula usage is clear. Here x value is A and y value is 1 by A. So x plus A upon 1 minus x into y, that is A into 1 upon A. Let's simplify this, what we are going to get, which is equals to, I'm going to get cot. So here bracket, then you'll get tan inverse, again bracket. Yeah. So here if I take the LCM in the numerator, so what you are going to get, again fraction, a lot of denominators. So LCM is going to be A, and here you are going to get A into A will be A square plus why B some A square plus 1 upon A, and even here denominator also, this is 1 minus A into 1 by A. Even if I go for LCM here, my denominator is going to be A only. Sorry, here also I need the fraction. So here also LCM is going to be A, and here what do you get? 1 into A is going to be A minus, here A into 1 is going to be again A only. You see both the denominator, this A, the denominator A, and here the denominator A will get cancelled. Now you left with cot, here you insert the bracket, then you left with here A square plus 1, here numerator A square plus 1 will be left out, and here you left out with A minus A. But other denominators will get A and A. The denominator here A and A will get cancelled. Now you observe here what you have in the denominator. I missed tan inverse term, right? Sorry. Here tan inverse is missing. Yeah. So here I remove equality. Now can you see what other terms are left out here? Insert equation. First term is going to be cot. This will be left out. Now do you see here what you have in the denominator is A minus A. A minus A is going to be 0. A square plus 1. A square plus 1 is going to be a positive number upon 0. If denominator is 0 and numerator is non-zero number, so some number upon 0 is going to be infinity. Am I right? So tan inverse of infinity. So tan inverse of infinity means tan theta equals to infinity, then theta should be pi by 2, right? Tan 90 is infinity. So tan inverse of infinity is going to be pi by 2. So I got here it is cot pi by 2. Any idea what is cot pi by 2 value? Cot pi by 2 is same as tan 0. Tan 0 is nothing but a 0. Your final answer is going to be a 0. So here what we have done is, first this cot inverse I converted into tan inverse. Otherwise, you can convert this tan inverse into cot inverse. So if I convert this, I'll get cot inverse 1 by A. So cot inverse 1 by A plus cot inverse A. So you have to use the formula cot inverse X plus cot inverse Y. That was the formula you have to use. So then also you'll get the same answer. If I don't know that formula, I don't want to remember many formulas. So because tan inverse X plus tan inverse Y, this question will come many times. So that's why I can remember that formula easily. So what you can do is tan inverse A, I convert this cot inverse into tan inverse. It will come tan inverse X plus tan inverse Y. So that formula it is, remember, X plus Y upon 1 minus XY. Then I simplified here. Then I got denominator as 0. If denominator is 0, it will be infinity. Tan inverse of infinity is pi by 2. So cot pi by 2 is 0. Now you have doubt. So this formula is only for less than 1. And this formula is for greater than 1. There is no formula for equals to 1. So how do you can use it, if it is equals to 1, you can use this formula or this formula. Both are going to give you same answers. Okay, so that's not a problem. Because if I use this formula is pi plus tan inverse, right? So here what will come? Pi plus will come. Here also pi plus will come. Here also pi plus will come. Pi plus means 180 plus 90 degrees. 180 plus 90 degrees is going to be 270 degrees. Even cos 270 is also going to be a 0 only. If cos 90 is 0, then cot 90 is 0. So cot 90 270 is also going to be 0. Is it clear? Yes, students? The explanation is understood? Okay. Yeah, good. Sorry. So even we solved the 12th question also. Where this has gone? Yeah. 12th question also done. Now 13th question, what you have to do is, just I'll give the hint. Take x value as tan theta. Even y value is also tan theta. X and y both values you will take it as tan theta. Maybe you can take x as tan theta and y as some tan A. Should I solve? Okay, let me take x as tan A and y as tan B. Then you substitute here. You'll get 2 tan A upon 1 plus tan square A. 2 tan A upon 1 plus tan square A. So do you know what is the formula of that one? That is the formula of sine 2x. Sine 2x is nothing but 2 tan A upon 1 plus tan square A, if you remember class 11 formulas. So if I substitute x as tan A, that is going to be sine 2x. So sine inverse of sine 2x. Sine inverse of sine 2x is just x. Sorry, 2x will come. And here also 1 minus tan square B upon 1 plus tan square B. So 1 minus tan square B upon 1 plus tan square B is going to be cos 2x formula. Okay. So you'll get cos inverse of cos 2x. Cos inverse of cos 2x is nothing but again 2x only. So the first term will give you 2x. Sin inverse of sin 2x will give you 2x. Cos inverse of cos 2, yeah, that is also will give you 2y. So you have 2x plus 2y. If you take 2 common, this 2 denominator 2 will get cancelled with the 2. So you have tan of x plus y. So tan of x plus y, you know the formula tan A plus tan B, which is tan x plus tan y upon 1 minus tan x tan y. Okay. So just try with substituting x as tan A and y as tan B, then see what you get. Do you want me to solve, or if you can solve? Yes, can you solve it? or else you give it a try. If you are not getting, maybe next when I take the live session, you may ask that doubt. Okay. Yeah. Now this is the question which you have. Sine of sine inverse 1 by 5 plus cos inverse x. Which formula I have to use? Any ideas? Which formula I have to use? Because 1 by 5, we don't know what is the value of theta, where sine theta will be 1 by 5. Am I right? So how do I solve this form? So again, we are not discussed the formula. This cos inverse x, there are, let me write here. What is, let me insert the equation. This is cos inverse x, right? Let me increase the font size. Yeah. You have cos inverse x is given. You can write this as x upon 1. So when it is x upon 1, oh shit, where is right angle triangle? Let me take the right angle triangle. So if I take this as theta here, so what is the cos definition? Adjacent upon hypotenuse. So my adjacent is going to be x and hypotenuse is going to be 1. So we can find this one, the perpendicular line value according to the Pythagoras theorem. If I apply the Pythagoras theorem, it is going to be, let me insert the equation, 1 minus, if I apply the Pythagoras theorem, it is going to be 1 minus x square. Okay, so your perpendicular line is going to be 1 minus x square. If you want, try at home after the class. So in class 12, if you want to show the step, you can show. Otherwise, like this, you can calculate directly and write. Now, sine inverse x is definition is adjacent upon hypotenuse. What about the cos definition is adjacent upon hypotenuse. Sine is going to be opposite upon hypotenuse. So in place of sine inverse x, cos inverse x, you can replace that with cos inverse. What is the cos inverse definition? Opposite upon hypotenuse. So this is going to be 1 minus x square upon 1. Okay. So which is nothing but same only will come, sine inverse 1 minus x square. So here you have sine inverse 1 by 5, and this you have in place of cos inverse x, you can replace as sine inverse under root 1 minus x square. So then both the terms are going to be in terms of sine only. Or one more way I can solve, I think. Let me solve this question here, okay? I think you may get confused if I solve. Let me type the question. Give me a minute. This is going to be sine. Yeah. What do you have? Sine of sine inverse 1 by 5. Sine inverse. I think another way is also there. That will be much easier, I think. What you have here? Here you have is sorry. It's not cos x. It should be cos inverse x. I didn't say that equal to 1 sign is also given to us. Okay. So this is the question which they are given to us. What I can do is next step. I'll keep this term as it is. Sine inverse 1 by 5 plus cos inverse x will keep as it is, which will be equals to, what I do is this sine term, sine I can bring it to the right hand side because equals to 1 is there. When I explaining this way, I didn't see that equals to 1. Equals to 1 is there. Now what you can do is this sign you can bring to a right hand side. Okay, when you bring this sine to right hand side, so what does it become? It becomes sine inverse. When sine comes to the other side, it is going to be sine inverse 1 is there, so it is going to be sine inverse 1. So if it is sine inverse 1 is there, what could be the value of sine inverse 1? Sine 90 is 1, right? So sine inverse 1 is going to be 90. So I can replace this as pi by 2. Sine inverse 1 is nothing but pi by 2. Now what do you have? Cos inverse 1 by, sine inverse 1 by 5 plus cos inverse x is equals to pi by 2. So next step what we'll do is, I'll keep this sine inverse 1 by 5 on LHS only. Okay. Then equals to this sine inverse, cos inverse x, I'm going to send to the right hand side. So it will come pi by 2 minus, this is going to be plus cos inverse x will come this side as minus cos inverse x. So here we are going to use one more identity. If you remember the identity, sine inverse x plus cos inverse x equals to pi by 2. That identity also we discussed. Let me show you. Anyone remember that identity? Sine inverse x plus cos inverse x equals to pi by 2. Yeah, this is the identity. Sine inverse x plus cos inverse x equals to pi by 2. If I send cos inverse x to the right hand side, what do you get? Sine inverse x equals to pi by 2 minus cos inverse x. According to this identity, pi by 2 minus cos inverse x will be equals to sine inverse x. So I'm going to use the same identity. Here I have pi by 2 minus cos inverse x. So according to the identity, I can write it as sine inverse x. Now what do you have? Sine inverse 1 by 5 is equals to sine inverse x. If both the sides sine inverse are only there, so therefore I can put 1 upon 5 will be equals to x. Therefore x equals to 1 by 5. Here equality sign won't come. I think this has to be implied sign. Okay, so x value is 1 by 5. So this triangle method, I think you can forget now. We'll use some other problems. This is not required for time being. So this is our question number. Is that understood, everyone? What is the question number? This one, 14. So this is the explanation for question number 14. Okay, good. So this is because equals to sign is, if equality sign is not there, they'll ask you to simplify. So in that case, I use the triangular method. Okay. So equals to 1 is there, so I can simplify this sign. So first this sign I send it to the right hand side, so it will become sine inverse 1. Sine inverse 1 can be written as pi by 2. Then cos inverse x I send to the right hand side, it will become pi by 2 minus cos inverse x. According to the identity, this can be written as sine inverse x. Sine inverse 1 by 5 equals to sine inverse x. Therefore, x will be 1 upon 5. So that is the explanation for this question. Okay. So here I think they asked the question as find the value of x. So I got x value is 1 by 5. Even question number 15 also, find the value of x. Here also this is again the same way, tan inverse x plus tan inverse y. Here x tan inverse a plus tan inverse b formula. A is x minus 1 upon x minus 2 and b is x plus 1 upon x plus 2. I think that these questions are now you are familiar. What is the formula of tan inverse a plus tan inverse b? Tan inverse a plus tan inverse b is tan a plus tan inverse a plus b upon 1 minus a into b. I think we solve one of the question here. like similar type of question. Yeah, this type of question. Where is this one? One of the question we discussed. Yeah, this question we solve if you remember. Tan inverse A plus tan inverse B. I applied the formula. Do you want me solve or you can try? If you want, then I'll explain now, or if you want to try it out, just tell me, can you try? Or do you want me to explain? Yes, students? Okay, you will try. S for what? You'll try? Okay, please explain. Okay. Let me go to the new page. Where is this question? Okay, question number 15. It is a little bit lengthy to type. What I do is I'll go for the screenshots. I think with this less time I can save. It's simple only, but only thing is a lot of, it will take me time to type step by step, but okay, we'll try. Because there will be a one short question based on this topic, okay? Especially based on tan inverse x plus tan inverse y formula only. Okay. So according to the formula, it is tan inverse A plus tan inverse B equals to pi by 4. I will take it at the end. So tan inverse A plus tan inverse B formula is, so let me insert the equation. What is the formula? First I have to go for tan inverse, and then I'll insert the closed brackets to avoid the confusion. Tan inverse, yeah. Now let me come to, first let me increase the font size. Yes, this is our numerator. Sorry, yeah. What is the formula? Tan inverse A plus tan inverse B is A plus B will come. So here A is x minus 1 upon x minus 2. This is A term plus, yeah. Then B term is x minus y. Again, I need fraction here. X plus 1 upon B is x plus 2. So A plus B upon 1 minus A into B. So A into B means A itself is a fraction. A multiply B. Again, B is itself is a fraction. So let me copy this fraction. Okay, so this look little bit confusing method, but you can see on the screen, right? Which is equals to, now I'll go for the LCM process, which is going to be tan inverse. Let me again insert the closed bracket only. First fraction, again numerator is going to be a fraction again. Can anyone tell me what is the LCM? In this fraction, my denominator is going to be x minus 2. In this fraction, denominator is going to be x plus 2. So what I do is, LCM is going to be product of the numbers x minus 2 into x plus 2. This is my LCM. Now numerator, what you are going to get? This x minus 1 numerator will multiply with x plus 2. So your bracket is going to be, first one is x minus 1 multiply with x plus 2. Okay, the cross multiplication, this numerator x minus 1 and here the denominator x plus 2, both are multiplied. plus y plus, because between the two fractions I have plus sign. Now here what will come? This numerator x plus 1 will be multiplied with this denominator x minus 2. So what will come here? X plus 1 is multiplying with x minus 2. Okay. So this is the LCM for only the numerator terms. Is it okay? Now come to the denominator. In the denominator, what is my LCM is going to be? Again, here 1 upon 1 is there. Here x minus 2, here x plus 2. So can I say my LCM going to be the same, x minus 2 into x plus 2. Now what you get in the numerator? So here 1 will be multiplied with x minus 2 into x plus 2. So the same term will come x minus 2. Now here minus sign will come. Why minus? Because between 1 and this term, well, the sign is here minus. So that's why here minus sign will come. And what you come here? X plus 1 will multiply with x minus 1 into x plus 1. Sorry. Here it will come. I hope this LCM is understanding. You're understanding it. It is going to be x plus 1. Now see how the big fraction it is looking like. Now you observe the denominators. Here the denominator is x minus 2 into x plus 2. Here also the denominator is x minus 2 into x plus 2. So both the denominators will get cancelled. Now what you left out here is a tan inverse. You can put the open brackets or closure brackets, no problem. Okay, so here both the denominators will get cancelled. So what you get in the numerator? This x minus 1 will multiply with x plus 2. If I open the bracket, can you tell me what you are getting? First x multiply with x, it is going to be x, sorry, here. X multiply with, it is going to be x square. Then x into 2, it is going to be plus 2x. Then minus 1 into x is going to be minus x. Minus 1 into 2 is going to be minus 2. I open the bracket. Yeah, plus sign is there. So I can open this bracket also without changing the sign. Again, x into x is going to be, sorry, here plus sign will come, plus x square. Then x into minus 2. X into minus 2 is going to be minus 2x. Then 1 into x is going to be, sorry, plus x. Plus 1 into minus 2 is going to be minus 2. Okay. So each and every term. Here see, 2 into 2, 4 terms. Here also 2 into 2, 4. So total 8 terms will come here. I think everybody aware how to open a bracket. Since class 6 we are solving that. Now look at the denominator, what will come. This is a plus b into a minus b, that is x plus 2 into x minus 2, which is going to be x square minus 4. X square minus 4. Okay. Now look here. X plus 1 into x minus 1. X plus 1 into x minus 1 is again is going to be x square minus 1. This is also a minus b into a plus b, which is going to be a square minus b square. So I'll get x square minus 1. But if you observe here, there is a minus sign. That means whatever the terms you get after multiplying this, each and every term is going to change its sign. So by multiplying this bracket term, I'll get x plus x square minus 1. Because of minus 7, so it is going to be minus x square, then plus 1. So I'm doing the steps directly. If you have any confusion, please note down this term in the bracket and notebook. You try it, which is equals to, now what do you get? This tan inverse still remains same. Tan inverse, let me put the bracket here. Again, fraction will come. Now see what you get in the numerator. Plus x square plus x square is going to be 2x square. Now plus 2x minus 2x is going to get cancelled. Minus x plus x also is going to get cancelled. That means all the x terms are going to get cancelled. Here there is no x terms. Now what are the constant terms you have? This constant term is minus 2. And here also constant term again minus 2. So it is going to be minus 4. Right? All the terms are simplified. Anything else? X square, 2x square, all the x terms are getting cancelled and constant terms are added minus 2 as minus 4. So numerator is simplified. Let me increase the size. Look at the denominator. Plus x square minus x square is getting cancelled. Here you have minus 4 plus 1 is going to be minus 3. So this everything I started only with RHS only. Okay, I have taken only RHS. RHS you got it as tan inverse 2x square minus 4 upon minus 1. So let me copy this same term here in the next line, which is equals to, now what is given LHS? LHS is given as pi by 4. So here I'll keep this LHS value as, I think I have to insert the equation again. So this is going to be for you pi upon 4. So tan inverse this equals to pi by 4. What I do is, next step, I'll keep this fraction here. Okay, 2x square minus 4 upon minus 3, which will be equals to, can I send tan inverse to the right hand side? When I send tan inverse to the right hand side, it will come, sorry, not tan V, tan pi by 4 will come. So tan pi by 4 will be, I think everybody knows what is tan by 4 value. So next step it is going to be, I think this LHS will remain same, is equals to tan inverse tan pi by 4 is going to be 1. So next step I am going to do the cross multiplication. So what do you get is tan 2x square minus 4 will be equals to minus 3 will go to here, minus 3 will multiply with 1, it is going to be minus 3, right? So further simplification, what do you get? 2x square will be equals to minus 3 and minus 4 will come RHS, it will become plus 4. So which will be equals to 1. So we have 2x square equals to 1. Maybe let me write the next step. 2x square equals to 1. Then I'll get x square equals to 1 upon 2. If x square equals to 1 upon 2, I think you know what will be the x value. Let me insert the equation only so it will be looked like properly. So you have x equals to plus or minus, where is plus or minus? Yeah, here it is. Plus or minus, fraction will come. Numerator is going to be 1 and denominator is going to be a root 2. Okay, so this is the solution of given question. Because x square is there, if I send x square to the right hand side, square will become square root. Root 1 is 1, so that's why I didn't put the root. It will come 1 upon root 2. Is it clear? So I think they asked you to find the x value, so hence I got x equals to plus or minus 1 by root. So only thing is, these 1 or 2 steps you have to be very careful with the sign and the multiplication and all. Okay, this first step, substituting it correctly in the formula, And the second step, when you open here, you have to be careful. Like here you have minus sign. So that minus sign I have to apply for each and every term when I open the bracket. So that steps you have to be very careful. Otherwise, I think it is easy only. Right? Home understood? Yes or no? Okay, good. Now this question number 16 to 20, I think you can solve easily, but only few things you have to remember, like sine 2 pi by 3. I think sine 2 pi by 3 is 120 degrees. Okay, sine of 120, because pi is 180, 3 will get cancelled 180 60 times. 2 into 60 is 120. Sine 120 value is, sine is crossing the, going to the second quadrant, sine is going to be positive. Sine is become cos 30 value is 1 by 2. So sine 120 is also 1 by 2, and sine inverse of 1 by 2 is going to be 30 degrees. Okay, pi by 3 is the answer. Here also first you find tan pi by 3 pi by 3 value, 3 pi by 4 value. 3 pi by 4, I think pi by 4 is 45. 3 into 45 is going to be 135. Tan 135 is second quadrant. Okay, second quadrant means 90 plus. So cot 45 will come. Cot 45 is 1 because it is second quadrant. Minus 1 will come. So tan inverse of minus 1 is 135 only. So like this, whatever the answers you have to get here, the answers has to be in the principle that you take care of. Here also, as we already solved one question. I think which question we solved here? This question we solved. So now try this sine inverse minus 1 by 2. Sine inverse minus 1 by 2. Sine inverse is negative in the third quadrant. So the answer will come pi plus pi by 3. Because third quadrant is pi plus pi by 6 will come. Because 30 degrees means pi by 6. Now pi plus pi by 6. What are you going to use? Here you get pi by 3 minus of pi plus pi by 6. Then you can simplify that one. So this still 21 questions. You solve it. Then miscellaneous examples are there. So next class also we'll go for live session. Then we'll discuss this miscellaneous examples. Okay. So by next class, you complete. I think we finish officially inverse trigonometric chapter except miscellaneous questions. So next live questions, we'll discuss this miscellaneous example because some are there, so you have to understand very carefully. I'll explain them, don't worry. Then miscellaneous exercise, you can solve it by yourself. Okay. Any other questions, doubts you have? Other than the explanation questions? No doubts? Okay. I hope you are going according to the class. Like today homework is given, today itself you are solving. Do that way only, otherwise a lot of homework will be there. Now once I finish this miscellaneous exercise also, I'll give you the worksheet which includes the 4 chapters, whatever we completed now. So other than that, I am planning, other than this timetable classes, I need more classes because syllabus has to be completed. There are a lot of chapters are left out. Okay. So maybe I'll take some extra classes. Let's see. Other than the timetable schedule, I'll go for other extra classes. Otherwise, we will not finish. I am waiting. CBSE is going to reduce 3 chapters. Once we get the new syllabus, then I'll start the extra classes other than the timetable schedule. Okay. So if nobody has the doubts, then we can stop this class. If I am recording the classes, okay. If you want to go through the same classes again, I'm uploading in the Google Classroom also the links. You can go through the link. Okay. If you want to revise the same